No? Is there anybody
CSK
else?
going for Anderson for sure.
Jimmy Anderson, the Chennai Super Kings. Are you expecting his return?
No, whichever player leaves RCB and then goes to CSK, he flourishes in CSK.
Expecting a lot of cheap buys for the Chennai Super Kings. So, as per you, all these 5 retention players are justified. You're happy with this retention pick?
I really think that he might go unsold, but a 12 player doesn't have to be, the entire 12 doesn't have to be the star-studded lineup.
Who are
Just
you
one
targeting
team.
from the Royal Challengers Bangalore?
I mean,
5-time champions, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss about, and I have Sitanshu with me. It's the Chennai Super Kings, and they are ready for IPL 2025 as well. The first question every year when the season ends is, will be heard once again, and it is, the man, the myth is playing as an uncapped player. Would you ever imagine that he will be naming himself as an uncapped player? Yes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni is playing the IPL as an uncapped player. I have Sitanshu with me. Sitanshu, welcome to the show. CSK, like the other teams, have made their retentions, more or less have gone with their core. But what's next after this? What is your thought process when it comes to CSK moving into the IPL auctions in late November? 55 crores is what the budget remains for the Chennai Super Kings, led by Ruturaj Gaikwad. A minimum of 13 players needs to be bought as well, Ritanshu. One right to match card you have, and that can be a highly possibility of an overseas. Are you going to an overseas? If yes, what are the options?
yeah, first of all, about the strategy for CSK, like how the team management does during the IPL itself, like even during the matches. They don't look at changing the core or changing the playing 11s quite often. So the same thing goes into the auction as well. So we don't see a lot of changes generally with the CSK auctions.
Mm-hmm.
They try to retain their core, which was there, the winning sides which have been part of the previous IPL editions. So that's what they have taken into consideration, and even we see that they have gone in with like 5 retentions.
Yep.
So and one RTM, I think again I feel it would be one of the Kiwis in
Oh,
the
there you go.
RTM.
Is it going to be Devon Conway or is it
It
going to be
could be
Rachin
Conway or
Ravindra?
Rachin
Or are you
Ravindra.
hinting? So one of the Kiwis, you're hinting towards Rachin and Conway, not Mitchell.
Yeah. Daryl Mitchell, maybe in the normal auction process, he might be bought, but I think they would go for an RTM for one of either Conway or Rachin Ravindra.
So, what are your thoughts when it comes to Rachin Ravindra as an RTM? Because after the heroics he has created in the Test series at Indian conditions, we know he can play spin now. He has said he practiced so much at Chennai. Chennai has given him backing as well. So, do you expect him to go in single digits when it comes to getting sold in the auction?
Looking at his current performance in the Indian conditions, I think it will be very tough that he'll be going for single digit. But whatever price it would be, I think CSK would go for him, whether it is during the normal bidding process or for an RTM. But as much as the budget would, like the purse would permit, I think CSK would try to get him back.
Okay, so you're expecting CSK to go for the right to match card for either of Devon Conway or Rachin Ravindra. But what are next? If you look into the normal buys with the only 55 crore you have into the auction table, CSK always is very smart in making buys as well. And this player has been released by the Delhi Capitals, red hot in the market, I must say. And eyes are all on Chennai Super Kings because Suresh Raina has said during the test matches that he's
Yeah.
having a word with Mahendra Singh Dhoni. You might just see him wearing the yellow jersey next season. Rishabh Pant, is he following his idol's footsteps?
Yeah, I mean, again, the only constraint would be the 55 CR budget that is remaining, as compared to teams which are like the
The
Punjab Kings,
Punjab Kings.
who are
Yep.
going with almost who are going in with like the double the budget.
The double.
So that's the only constraint, and it also will depend mostly on the auction dynamics, how it pans out. Maybe for example, if there are a couple of more marquee players who go into the auction ahead of Pant and
Yeah,
Punjab goes
that
in.
is expected because generally the wicket keepers come in the third slot. That's what we know
Hmm.
when it comes to the auction. It's the batters,
But
then the
maybe
all
it's like
rounders.
maybe the marquee list. I don't know. Maybe is Pant there in the marquee
Even
list?
if
I'm
it's the
not.
marquee list, I think it's going to be with the orders of the departments, I feel. So even if that
Okay.
comes into equation, you might just have the
Hmm.
batters, players like Shreya Shayyar and etc. might come in before these. So what are your thoughts when it comes to, if you want this player, for sure you will have a back this sum of money absolutely for him, like 25 crores maybe for somebody like Rishabh Pant. I'm ready to do it. and then I'll think of 30 crores for the rest of the 12. Will that prevent you from having too many stars players in the side?
Not exactly prevent any star like the number of star players, because again you see that even if we are going in with like around 30 CR for Rishabh Pant, you still have 25 CR for another 12 players, and that 12 player doesn't have to be, the entire 12 doesn't have to be the star-studded lineup. We already have five who have been retained and one we might get in with the RTM. So we are more or less settled with the at least six or seven are settled. So if we
Mm-hmm.
get Pant in, we have around seven in the playing 11 itself.
Yeah.
So out of those 12 which are remaining, even if you go for the uncapped players who come in for the base price of 30 lakhs each, so
Yeah.
you can easily get around 4 to 5 players towards the end for
Okay.
about under 2 CR.
Okay, so
So
you're expecting, so that's what I wanted to hear. This, so you're expecting a lot of cheap buys for the Chennai Super King. That might be interesting. But what are your thoughts when it comes to the players that have been released by the Chennai Super Kings? You you know this franchise really well, just like there are a few others as well. They always love to bring back their core. Dhoni always, very rare you see Dhoni's chopping and changing with playing 11 when he was the skipper. Somebody like a Deepak Chahar has found a lot of success with the Chennai Super Kings. Are you expecting his return? Shardul Thakur, Tushar Deshpande. Is anybody among these three a front runner to be take bought back into the auction table?
as much as I would, like to have Deepak Chahar back for his skills, but again, he's very injury prone, and it just becomes a liability to have a player, because ultimately, if he's going for around, let's say, like single digit value in the market, but still, if we are spending a good amount at him, we expect him to at least play for the majority of the season. But generally, that's not what has happened in the past few editions. So I don't think a lot of teams would actually go after him, considering
Okay.
his injury prone nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, like players like Shardul Thakur and Tushar Deshpande, irrespective of being a bit of on the expensive side in the bowling department, but their knack of picking up the crucial wickets, that is
And there you
something
go.
which just, that also includes someone like a Harshal Patel, not from CSK, but that also includes Harshal Patel.
Yes, absolutely.
So these players
Purple cap winners.
would,
Yep.
yeah, these players would, attract a lot of bids.
Okay, so you're expecting these players to attract a lot of bid. You mentioned about low budget players as well. Ajinkya Rahane could be one of them. Has been so good for the Chennai Super Kings lately. Has found success. Mustafizur Rahman played half of the season last season, but still was brilliant in those Chennai conditions because of the off cutters and the slow nature of Chennai. Are you expecting him to be bought back as well?
I mean, as long as the priorities are set and if they are available for the entire or majority of the durations, I think they are good options to be taken back. Especially
Okay.
Rahane, because he is not really playing a lot of international cricket, and he
Yeah.
is like he'll be available for the entire thing, entire
Entire
duration.
IPL. Absolutely. That is true. And I don't think so any Indian player will be unavailable due to international duties, to be
Yeah, I
honest. But
mean, in the sense
yeah.
like packed schedule before and after IPLs
Oh, that might just give you a niggle.
for the
That's
Indians, for the
absolutely
Indians.
absolutely, yeah. That's fair enough. But we'll move on to this. I have said before as well. This is one of the most important and the best mega auction we're going to have in the IPL history because so many important players. That's the beauty of mega auctions. So many players are into the auction table, and a player that has always been liked once he left the Chennai Super Kings is on the cards to be returning back to Chennai in the auction table. Ravi Chandran Ashwin. Similarly, his Tamil Nadu teammate Washington Sundar. Are you fancying either of them to be once again going back to Chennai? Because Chennai loves experience, and we better not speak about experience when it comes to Ashwin.
Yeah, I mean, more than experience, it would be that someone like an Ashwin and a Sundar, they are homeboys for the Tamil Nadu
Correct.
state. So the majority of the games for CSK would be at their home ground. And also, CSK in the last few editions, they have not had a very strong Indian core, I would say. They were more so dependent on only just a few Indian players and
Yeah.
majority on the, overseas four in the playing 11s. So I think developing that core Indian spin would be one of the targets. So maybe getting in a Chahal or a Ashwin or a Sundar in to support Jadeja in the spin department. I think that would be something they might be keen.
Okay, so you're expecting either of them, if not maybe both of them, to be part of the Chennai Super Kings squad. That might be one of the best signings, I must say, no matter how costly they go for. Similarly, you have another all rounder on the ranks. You said about Darren Mitchell. Krunal Pandya is there. He might be a very, very handy. He's also in the auction table. If you need for spinners, you have Yuzvendra Chahal, you have Vanindu Hasaranga. What are your thoughts about these players as well?
Yeah, I mean, I said, like I said, so Yuzi Chahal and Ashwin would be giving that, uh,
Yeah,
core Indian options. But yeah, I mean, Hasaranga will provide that, all-round option. Like he's handy with the bat as well. But again, CSK always has this thing of, picking up all the like
Indian.
important.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the overseas players, but then you'll have to bench some of them. So
Yeah,
ultimately, you can play only four at a time. So
absolutely.
again, it will be difficult to fit in Hasaranga somewhere in the squad. Although it would be a good resource to have in the bank, but it would be difficult to fit him in if you have likes of Jadeja as one of the lead spinner, along with maybe one more Indian spinner.
Okay, so you're expecting Jadeja alongside. If it's Jadeja and Ashwin, I think that's already done and
That will
dusted.
just
To be
bring back
honest,
the 2011 CSK.
absolutely, it will definitely bring back that flavor, that Chennai Super Kings. To be honest, moving into the lower order, the Pacers department, so many Pacers are there. Siddhanshu, this I'm just getting excited to be honest when I look into the Pacers department in the IPL auction, overseas especially. Kagiso Rabada, Nandre Berger, Mitchell Stark, Trent Bold, Andrik Nokia. You have all of them.
Nah, nah.
Speedsters, these are. No? Is there anybody
CSK is
else?
going for Anderson for sure.
Jimmy Anderson. That's what a name I was about to hear. To be honest, Swing King Jimmy Anderson has also given his name into the IPL retentions. Is it also because of his skill set and also the age factor? Because CSK loves experienced players.
I mean, just kidding. I mean, I don't. I really think that he might go unsold. But again, depends on the auction dynamics and then how the things go. If he comes back maybe towards the end of the second day of the auction with each team having like maybe the minimal budget remaining and still some overseas slots, maybe some team might pick him up. But I don't think he'll be sold, is what I feel.
Okay, so you don't think he will be sold? Jokes apart, he says, but there are few good enough quality pacers in the ranks. Even Indian are there. Arshdeep, Mukesh Kumar, Akashdeep, so many good pacers there. Tushar Deshpande, as we mentioned as well, Akash Madwal. So I think quality is there. Whichever suits the condition of Chennai is what the thought process is. Nobody knows that better than Chennai Thala himself.
And also, I mean, like there are a lot of things going around that whichever player leaves RCB and then goes to CSK, he flourishes in CSK.
Okay.
So we have had examples of Moeen Ali or a Shane Watson. So and then Shivam Dube. So now
So whom are
latest
you
one being
targeting from the Royal Challengers Bangalore?
I mean,
Is
I'm
it
not
Glenn
targeting,
Maxwell?
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
just imagine if, some in case of the speed, like pace department, if we have Siraj going into CSK
Siraj?
under, so we have known
Anything
him to
can
be
happen.
a very, Ashok Dinda Academy bowler for the RCB. So you never know what happens if at all he goes into the, yellow army.
Anything can happen because you just mentioned about the three players Moeen Ali, Shane Watson, Shivam Dube. I've all found success when they've gone from Bengaluru to now Chennai Super Kings. But the last department, the wicket keepers, you've spoken highly about Rishabh Pant in case he doesn't go to Chennai Super Kings. There are enough backups as well. Ishan Kishan, KL Rahul, you have Jitesh Sharma, you have Phil Salt, you have Remulula Gurbaz,
Gurbaz.
Quinton de Kock. So I think I've not included Josh Butler because of the budget you have, because I think he's going to go more than 20 to one of the
Hmm.
teams that are higher budget. What are your thoughts? If not Rishabh Pant, who is the next one?
I think Rishabh Pant. I mean, the first target would be one of the three Indian big keepers who have been released
Mhm.
from their teams. That is, Ishan Kishan, KL Rahul, and
KL
Rishabh Pant.
Rahul.
But if
Yeah.
not any of them, I think they might try to go for someone like a Rahmanullah Gurbaz, who will give you
Okay.
that opening option as well, alongside Gaikwad.
Even I'm surprised nobody is very rarely mentioning somebody like a Quinton de Kock. So skillful at the top of the order, and it will allow you a lefty righty combination as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like off late, I think he has not been that dependable. I would say maybe like playing across all the leagues, he has been like, I mean, all his strategies have been picked up. So I feel he's not that dependable, I would say, on the recent forms. But yeah, I mean, CSK trying for Quinton de Kock, I doubt it.
Okay, so you're doubting that pick, but fair enough. But we are moving back to what CSK have already done when it comes to retention picks as well. Siddhanshu, Mahendra Singh Dhoni as your uncapped player for 4 crores. Ruturaj Gaikwad, captain himself, 18 crores. I think that's a no-brainer. Ravindra Jadeja as well, 18 crores as your prime all-rounder. Matisha Patirana, 13 crores. Shivam Dube, 12 crores is what your picks are. I keep aside Ruturaj Gaikwad, Jadeja, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, to be honest. Thoughts behind Matisha Patirana 13 crores and Shivam Dube 12 crores, please.
I mean, Matish Patirana is a investment for the future, considering this is for the next 3 years. So I
Mm-hmm.
think he would be a steal. And I mean, if he was going into the auction, you would consider him to be groomed as the future Malinga.
Future Malinga,
So,
yeah.
so I mean, 13 CR for him would be a pretty good uh, value.
Okay, so
Shivam Dube,
you are happy with that 13 CR budget for Matisha Patirana.
I mean, over. It's not over for him, but I would have been happier if it was a bit lesser also. But I
So
think it's
I
justified.
felt 10 was okay, not a 13 to be honest. But similarly, Shivam Dube 12.
I mean, if
What are your
Shivam Dube
thoughts?
can go for a 12 CR, I don't think there's any wrong with Patirana getting 13.
Okay, so as per you, all these five retention players are justified. You're happy with this retention pick?
Yeah, I was hoping for a Kiwi player to be picked in the retention ahead of someone like a Shivam Dube.
Okay.
But I mean, it is how the
Another player
management
that
thinks.
I feel another player that has been looked into the future by the Chennai Super Kings management. So these are the five players that have been retained by the Chennai Super Kings. Rate this retention picks that are made by Chennai Super Kings out of 10 according to you.
I would like from my point of view, I would say 9 on 10. I would have
9
given
out
it
of
a 10.
10.
Maybe if they could have just somewhere just fit in. I mean, leave apart the RTM option. If you're not going with any RTM, also it's fine. Maybe just get in that sixth player, that one of the Kiwis into the
One of the
retention
Kiwis,
itself.
as you've always mentioned from the beginning of the show. So 9 out of 10 is according to you when it comes to the Chennai Super Kings. Are you confident Chennai moving into with 55 crores in the auction table can pull up a very good squad?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of like CSK is one of the teams who has covered almost all the bases. They have, the opening batsman in captain and opening batsman in Ruturaj Gaikwad. They have a spin all-rounder in Jadeja, pace all-rounder in Shivam Dube, although he did not
Patirana,
bowl a
Dube,
lot last time.
and then
They
you
have
have
a
the keeper
wicket-keeper
himself,
in
Dhoni.
Dhoni, and they have a pacer in Matish Patirana.
Yeah.
So they have all the aspects covered. It's just about just building upon that.
Absolutely building up about the players and the departments. Fair enough. So you are happy, you are confident that Chennai will do well. Thank you so much, Siddhanshu. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. The Chennai Super Kings, he is confident. What about yours? Let us know in the comment section. Who do you think will be the picks for the Chennai Super Kings in the auction table 2025 for the IPL as well? Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Empire, press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye bye.